I think that's it. The links are all shared. I think it's about time we get started.
One time like this, make it pop like this, make it not like this, make it drop.
How is everybody? I hope you can hear me over this loud as music. Let me just fade that out of there.
One time like this, make it pop like this, make it not like this, make it drop.
Hello everyone, how is it going? My name is Level Up Design, that's my actual legal name, you can Google it, I'm not crossing my fingers, and welcome to today's stream. It is a charity stream. For those of you who don't know, DRIFTY he's doing his annual DRIFTY Jam, which is a game jam. And so I saw this and I figured, why not? Let me get some other music on, let's get some chill vibes going. DRIFTY is doing his game jam, so I figured, why not stream my process? Why not not only stream my process, but make it a charity stream? Because, you know, my fingers in the thumbnail look pretty. Yeah, they're definitely my fingers. Anyway, as I was saying, today is going to be a charity stream. So instead of me talking, what I'll do is I'm just going to cancel that and I'm going to press a button on my little button press in just a moment. This is a charity stream for the Against Malaria Foundation. Effective altruism providing mosquito nets across Central Africa, Southeast Asia and South America to combat the spread of malaria that kills 625,000 people and infects 240 million people each year. Malaria is preventable, and the Against Malaria Foundation funds insecticide-treated nets to the affected areas to tangibly reduce the risk of contracting malaria. If you'd like to donate, then click on the link in the description to donate to the charity stream, where I will personally match the total amount raised up to 1,000 Australian dollars by the end of the game jam. If you'd like to donate directly to Against the Malaria Foundation, then there's also going to be a link in the description for that too. Super chats do not count as donations. Again, super chats do not count as donations. Malaria is preventable and you can make a tangible difference. That's right guys, it is a charity stream today. Let me get the vibes back on. It is a charity stream, and what I'm planning to do is, because the DRIFTY Game Jam is going on over the course of the next month, I believe submissions are due on November the 10th. So what I'm planning to do is live stream every working day between now and November the 10th. And as part of that live streaming, it'll be a charity live stream. So there is a link in the description, as it said on the video, and if you do want to donate to the Against Malaria Foundation, then all you have to do is click that link in the video, in the description, majigger, and you'll be able to donate. There'll be a big flashy thing on screen right here, you go BAM, and then there's a donation tracker right here which will tally up all the donations. As I said in my in that explainer video before, I will personally be matching up to a total of 1,000 Australian dollars for the amount donated here, the total amount donated on the stream. So let's get right into the stream today, and we'll just start by looking over DRIFTY's game jam. So let's do this one here. So let's just read over the rules. It is the fourth let me get into the center of the frame. It is the 4th quarter annual Drifty Jam. So let's read through it. The rules are, right, you must pick one theme from the list, which is mining, I need money, pirates, or alien abduction escape. Now, I was pushing hard for the alien abduction escape. That's the theme I want to do. But I'm half tempted to leave it up to you guys and do a poll in the chat. So if you want me to do a poll in the chat, I can do that. But yeah, anyway, back to it. So we have, mining, I need money, pirates, and alien abduction escape. Just as a note, you only have to pick one theme. Picking more than one, while allowed, will not increase your chances of winning. Players should be able to complete your game in 30 minutes or less. No pre-existing projects. We, being Drifty, reserve the right to disqualify any entry at our own discretion. No non-safe for work content that violates YouTube's terms of service, Itch's terms of service, or Discord's terms of service. Pre-existing assets and DLCs may be used. This excludes pre-existing projects. They may not be used. Make sure to properly credit all creators with the assets used in your project. Credits must be added to your project. You must not violate any EULA or TOS in the creation of your game, otherwise you might be disqualified. You may use any engine you desire, or no engine at all, to create your project for the submission to the Game Jam. Up to 2 projects can be submitted per person. Projects can be worked on in teams. Projects submitted on a team basis will count towards each individual's limit. Look, I'm not going to read through the rest of that because we don't have to worry about that. Participants may submit a vote by the end of the voting period to be eligible to win the King of the Jam title. We'll just scroll down a bit. So judging criteria, it's a score of 1 to 10. The grand prize is King of the Jam. The victory, the owner will... the winner will be announced and crowned King of the Jam. They will get a special role on the Driftwood Discord until they are dethroned by the next winner. Now, I'm going to be forever king. I'm going to win every single Driftwood Jam, every single one of them. And the winning game will also be showcased on the Driftwood YouTube channel. There's also the People Champs. So that's where you guys get to vote. You guys get to vote for the champion. So if I don't get King of the Jam, I at least want you guys to give me People's Champ. Come on, I'm already the People's Champ. And that will also get showcased on the YouTube channel. So Phase 1's already gone. Phase 1 was where there was a voting for the themes, so people could vote on what theme they wanted. As I said, the themes above are mining, I need money, pirates, and alien abduction escape. Phase 2 is the 30 days following, which is the development period. That's the period that I'll be streaming. It'll just be you and me and everyone else. But that's what we'll be doing the charity stream for. So heading back over to it. The 2 weeks following the last day of the submission period will be the voting period. There will be 2 winning categories, King of the Jam and People's Champ. People's Champ! So, they'll be given 1 vote, and I'm pretty much at the end of the page. Jam participants will be given 1 vote for a game other than the one they submitted for the determination of King of the Jam. Participants should submit their vote directly to Drifty or T via Discord message. All interested parties can vote freely on Itch for the winner of the People's Champ title. Phase 4, victory! I'm already celebrating because I win. In this phase, the winner is announced and crowned either King of the Jam, and they'll get a special role on the Discord until they are dethroned by the next winner. Also, King of the Jam and People's Choice game will be showcased on the Driftwood YouTube channel. So, where does that leave us? As I said, this is going to be a charity stream, so what we're going to be doing is, if you would like to donate, there is a link in the description. All money raised will be going to the Against Malaria Foundation. And to kick it off, I am going to kick off the first donation. So let me just log into my own video for a second because I'm vain and I want to increase my viewership. let's just get this going here. Anyway, how is everyone? I can see Sauce Boy, Emma, and Der99 Kutch. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, sorry. Der99 Kutch. Anyway, what was I doing? I was donating $50 to myself, because the $50 being donated to myself going to the Against Malaria Foundation. So at the end of everything, we'll tally up everything that's donated, and then I'll probably do a video showing the donation to the Against Malaria Foundation. If you would like to donate, not to the charity stream, but directly to the Against Malaria Foundation, there is also going to be a link in the description as well. Let's just wait for my phone to do its thing and circle around for the donation to come through. And there we go. So as you can see, there has been a donation by myself. And that's $50 that's going to be going to the Against Malaria Foundation. So if you would like to join in, feel free to donate down below. I might even add a stretch goal. I know I've got some like funny hair dyes. So let's say, I could do like blue or pink hair I've got right here. I could dye my hair live on stream if anyone's interested. That's something we could do if we get to like $500. The goal is going to be $1,000 because that's the amount that I'll personally match. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. We have 4 themes here. We've got mining, I need money, pirates, and alien abduction escape. So, how do I do a poll? There we go. All right, so let's just ask the question, which is Game Jam theme. We have mining, I need money, pirates, and alien abduction escape. That's how I spell my words out. Alright, so the poll is now in chat, so make sure you vote for the theme you want. Before you vote though, keep in mind, right? I'll leave this poll up for another minute. Before you vote, I really like the idea of alien abduction escape. So, if anyone's considering voting, let's do alien abduction escape. It's a pretty fun one. Also, don't forget to drink some water. That's definitely what this is. I'm hoping that doesn't violate any of YouTube's terms of service, although I'm sure it does. I'll leave the poll up for a bit longer. Hello, Matando. You're kinda lurking, lol. Well, kinda hello. It's good to have you here. It looks like Alien Abduction Escape has it. So if Alien Abduction Escape has it, then we may as well start. I'll leave it up for a bit more. How much longer do I have? This is like the longest minute of my life. The minute's over, but I also started the poll, so we'll give it another 10 seconds, but I doubt I'm going to get any other votes. Not enough to dethrone Alien Abduction. Oh, no! Alright, so we are 50-50 split between Pirate Abduction and Alien Escape. Alright, what I'm going to do is, because we just had a sudden random vote, I'm going to leave it open for another 10 seconds starting from now. So you got 10, you got 9, you got 8, you got 7, you got 6, you got 5, you got 4, you got 3, you got 2, you got 1. Alright, so voting's technically over, but it's a 50% poll. Testing. Is this working? It seems to be working. I just had a sudden lag spike then. Alright, we're good. As I said, we're going to be doing Alien Abduction Escape. So, to start it off, just again, I will give you all a reminder. Now, I'm going to probably play this video once every half an hour or so. Yeah, play the video once every half an hour or so, but after this video plays, we shall get into the game jam. This is a charity stream for the Against Malaria Foundation. Effective altruism providing mosquito nets across Central Africa, Southeast Asia and South America to combat the spread of malaria that kills 625,000 people and infects 240 million people each year. Malaria is preventable, and the Against Malaria Foundation funds insecticide-treated nets to the affected areas to tangibly reduce the risk of contracting malaria. If you'd like to donate, then click on the link in the description to donate to the charity stream, where I will personally match the total amount raised up to 1,000 Australian dollars by the end of the game jam. If you'd like to donate directly to Against the Malaria Foundation, then there's also going to be a link in the description for that too. Super chats do not count as donations. Again, super chats do not count as donations. Malaria is preventable, and you can make a tangible difference. We have to make sure our microphone isn't muted because it makes you look like an absolute idiot. All right, we're back. As I said, which you didn't hear, is that to start out a game, believe it or not, I'm not going to jump straight into an engine because that's a bad thing. We need to plan out a game. We can't jump into engine and go, all right, best game in the world. So we have our theme, right, which is Alien Abduction Escape. Now, one thing we also have to do is I've got a Asana here, which is essentially like a project manager. We've got to figure out how many days we have until the end of the game jam. So that's the 10th here. So what I'm going to do is submission deadline, submission deadline. And we are going to add a dependency. No, we'll leave that. We'll leave that. So that's the submission deadline right there. So we have today 5, 10, 15, 14, roughly 13 days to get this done. So one of the things we need to figure out is what can we actually do in 13 days to get this game done? Because I could work on the weekends, but the weekends are for the boys. No, that is not correct. So what we'll be doing is we've essentially got 13 days. We need to come up with a theme for Alien Abduction Escape. So there's a few routes we could go with this. We could go the horror route, where it's a alien spaceship with a myriad of jump scares in it. We could go the RPG route, where we tell a story. And that's probably how we could go. So how would we do this? If we go the horror route, that's easy enough. I just need to add in a couple of jump scares. The other thing is, do we or do we not do this? Combat or no combat? Because 13 days is not going to be enough to get away from the RPG Maker's standard battle system. I'm not going to be able to significantly add any depth to RPG Maker's combat system. So do we do it or nah? And now I'm thinking nah, really, just because there's probably more we could do. And in terms of storytelling, and again, we're trying to win this, we're trying to win the game jam. So if we're trying to win the game jam, we need to sort of brainstorm. So what does DRIFTY like? Now, DRIFTY likes games. We know that much. He also likes good spelling. So we've got to make sure we've got good spelling in our game. it's an... Now, what else does he like? He likes good graphics, which is a good thing because I am an artiste. So, good graphics, which is... I'm going to plan to parallax map all of the different parts of the game anyway. So that's not much of an issue. So how can I get Drifty's attention? How can I get Senpai to notice me? It has to have a very strong opening. So, strong opening. And we don't want like a text dump or anything. So, and we don't want it too long. We don't want the very start of the game to be this big, long text dump where it's just like, once upon a time there was an empire. In the empire, powerful magic existed. But after the magic existed, there was a big war. And then guns were invented. Then guns were used to combat the... We don't want that, right? That's just going to be a text dump and it's not going to be interesting. So we want a strong opening and we want it to be short. Right? So let's quickly go... Let's do this. Let's figure out our beginning, middle, and end. So... Beginning, middle, end. Now, we know what our end is. We either do or don't escape the alien spaceship. Ship. I meant to write ship. Just write shit too much. The beginning, you get abducted, brah. So we know the beginning, you get abducted, brah, and we know the end. You either do or you don't escape the alien spaceship. What we have to figure out is the middle here. Now, that's going to be the hardest part, so let's figure it out. You get abducted, brah. So do we start with the abduction? Or is the opening cutscene... You're asleep while aliens are performing probes research on you. I'm probably erring with the second side just because we can do a bit more storytelling and special effects and stuff like that. A cool special effect would be to have you actually being lifted up into the spaceship. So I wonder if we can do that. Beam of light lifting up into spaceship. So what we could do is beam of light lifting up into spaceship. And then, so it starts with the abduction and then you're asleep while the aliens are performing research on you. Ooh, so what if an idea is, right? You wake up and the alien spaceship is a wreck, right? The alien spaceship is a wreck. So we can go the horror route with this one. And you have to find your way out. Have to find your way out. So having to find your way out, what we could do... Have to find your way out. Have to find your way out. Let's get some chill vibes back on. And we have a donation. We have a donation from Shaman who has donated $10. Thank you, Shaman, for donating to the Against Malaria Foundation. Again, it's a foundation that provides mosquito nets across Central Africa, Southeast Asia, and Central to South America to help prevent the combat the spread of malaria. So thank you so much for your donation. We've got the chill vibes back on. So you wake up you have to find your way out of the. So we could make it like a puzzle game. Puzzle game where you have to find specific objects to complete your escape. So you have to find specific objects to complete your escape. Let's load up Photoshop and just try and visualize this a bit. How you going anyway, Shaman? It's good to see you around. Let's just open up a new thing. Obviously from my Photoshop history, I do a lot of pixel and sprite work and stuff like that. All right, so you got your opening scene here. Abducted. So then you start in this little room, right? Let's say it's the probing room. Sorry, the research room. And you eventually have to make your way to escape, right? Escape or don't. So what's on the in-between? So let's say in the research room, let's do a quick concept of the research room, right? Turn this on. Yeah, there we go, that's a concept. All right, so you'll have something like your, probably in the middle of the room, like this sort of research bed you're being probed on. So the first thing is, we're gonna have the characters escape from the research room, right? So let's say you're on this probing bed. You got some computers up here, and like a little keyboard and that sort of stuff. Maybe like an observation window. And let's just say, right, that you need to get out of this door, right? But the door's locked. So what can we find in this room to help us get out? Now we could unlock it from the computer. But there's got to be a reason why we can't unlock it from the computer. I know why. We can have a dead alien. And on his body, he'll have a key card. So that key card is going to be required to unlock the door so the player can leave the research room. All right. Don't forget to drink some water, guys. Again, that's definitely what this is. Again, how is everyone going? It's good to see everybody here. All right. So abducted to the research room. Now, what I reckon would be cool is outside of the research room, we'll have an observation room. Right? Wubba lubba dub dub, hello to you. CCL. So over there is the research room. RR for research room. This way can be elsewhere, but this will be the observation room. And then what we can have is we can have, you know, more computers and stuff lying around the room. That's... And then what we'll have to tell a story is we'll have audio logs. and the audio logs will point to escape. But the audio logs will also tell a story The audio logs will also tell a story of what's happening on the ship. So it might be like one of their research experiments got out. So that's cool. Escape. If you can't read it, that's okay. I can. Escaped specimen. So there's an escaped specimen trawling its way around the alien spaceship. So the story is you've been blind, deaf, tasteless, and having no limbs. Escaped by feel, touch, vision will be unlocked by yourself touching the walls. That's actually a pretty cool idea. Alright, so this is where we introduce... So this is mechanics introduction. So what we'll do is we'll just do a bit of text on the sides here as well. So... So this introduces the computer mechanic, right? That's the purpose of this room here, to build the story, suspension, and they introduce the fact that key cards from aliens can unlock specific things, right? So there might be some computers you need to access, but you don't have the key card for, right? So then, this area... introduces the audio logs, right? So you'll need to access one of these computers and it'll give you the option unlock or audio log. And then it introduces you to the fact that audio logs exist. So that's the second mechanic. So then it's about moving from this sort of introductory phase into the middle phase, right? So we've got this. So you are introduced to basic mechanics, right? And then we need a threat, right? So that's what's going to start our middle, right? Threat. Why have I got caps lock on? Probe scene QuickTime event. Good lord, no. Remember, it's not allowed to be not safe for work, so we can't say the word probe. It has to be research. Out of order, you need to find the correct order of logs to piece the story together. Yes, that's a good idea. I notice a lot of games do that. Surgical awakening QuickTime event. Yeah, that works. All right, so there's going to be two threats, right? Threat 1, aliens. Threat 2, escaped specimen, right? Aliens are probably just going to try and catch you, lock you up, bad ending, you're in prison, right? Escaped specimen, gonna rip your limb from fucking limb. So now we need some allies. So what other allies can we have? Do we have alien allies that have special abilities? One of those special abilities could be invisibility. Or jumping. Specimen ally, oh lord. I mean, look, that could work. You could try and set up a series of events where there's a bunch of aliens guarding the exit, or guarding like the escape pod, and you lure the specimen to where they're guarding the escape pod, and then the aliens have to run off and fight it, and while they're running off, you run over to the escape pod and you can get out. Aliens that come through computers leave hints, robots, lol. So, alien allies with special abilities. What we can have, right, is the hacker. And it can break through stage 3. Let's not call it stage. It can break through level 3 encryption. So we can have all these computer and audio logs. We can have levels of encryption. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Now you could possibly find key cards which grant you access to the different decryptions, or you could find this alien ally which breaks through or hacks through the different levels of encryption. So hack alien breaks through encryption. What can another alien do? Robot ally. You could, instead of this, right, what you could do instead of a hacker alien, what it could be, right, is convince ship's AI to take your side. So, the ship, you find the controls, like the core of the ship, and it's got an AI in it. And you can do one of two things through dialogue with it. You can either convince it to be on your side, and that's the thing that will break through level 3 encryption, but it can't break through level 4 encryption because it's an AI. They've locked that off, and only aliens can break through level 4 encryption. And that way, if you do have this little alien ally, you've got like this extra thing, like you can communicate with you over comms or something like that. So, is there another alien ally we could have? Psychic bio abilities to aid you or disrupt, yeah. So what are the mechanics going to be? So obviously the specimen is going to be roaming the halls. Could blind the specimen. Maybe one of the allies has like a yeah, maybe one of the allies has like a blinding ability. What else could we do? Alien ally that allows you to gain resistances to certain alien weapons. Good to see you here, Galactic God. I think I'm going to go against using the traditional RPG Maker battle system, and there's not really much time to like develop another battle system. So let's see. It causes a distraction from the specimen. Yeah, so that's another thing you could do. Yeah, so I'm not really going to use the battle system. I think it's going to it's just like, yeah, it'll pad the game out, but it's not really going to add any value to it. Look, I apologize, guys. I started this stream, right? And I didn't go to the toilet beforehand. So I will be back in just a moment. Sorry about that, guys. But while I'm gone... This is a charity stream for the Against Malaria Foundation. Effective altruism providing mosquito nets across Central Africa, Southeast Asia and South America to combat the spread of malaria that kills 625,000 people and infects 240 million people each year. Malaria is preventable, and the Against Malaria Foundation funds insecticide-treated nets to the affected areas to tangibly reduce the risk of contracting malaria. If you'd like to donate, then click on the link in the description to donate to the charity stream, where I will personally match the total amount raised up to 1,000 Australian dollars by the end of the game jam. If you'd like to donate directly to Against the Malaria Foundation, then there's also going to be a link in the description for that too. Super chats do not count as donations. Again, super chats do not count as donations. Malaria is preventable, and you can make a tangible difference. Right, I am back. Sorry about that, guys. I was absolutely desperate for the toilet, so I apologise. I had to put you guys through that again. But yeah, so it is currently 6:12 PM where I am, so I won't play that video again for another half an hour. Let's get back into it. So, alien caused distraction. So, ally caused distraction to specimen. So we'll have to figure that one out later, but that's probably good from there. So the threats are the aliens. So let's pad this out a bit more, right? So you've got, we'll get some allies up over here. So we've got, let's say like the AI control center. So it's like these big, like this big control room with some like AI in the middle. So we'll definitely need this level. And this is the AI ally. We're going to need another thing for the specimen. So I reckon we have like this room. Right? And it's sort of like a holding cell. And this right here can be where we keep the, let's just put it in text here. Fuck my spelling. And this is where we can find the specimen distracting ally, right? So AI ally, specimen distracting ally. So we've got a couple of maps already. Now we need to figure out how to make the threat real. So we've got the aliens and the specimen. Now the aliens, I can have them patrolling. Where's that? So they can be patrolling, and if the character, the player, is seen, the alien chases after them. Got the specimen. I'll eventually learn how to spell that word. Today is not that day. And the specimen's trying to kill the character. So Just trying to think. It's real hard to think in stream. Alright, so specimen. Same sort of diff. Alright, let's just create a few new levels, right? We need to introduce the aliens. Alright, so let's make this thing here. Let's say, how would that look? Let's say it enters into this hallway, right? And then the hallway is blocked off by something here. But you can see the exit sign. That says exit sign. Threat of traps laid by aliens. Yes, that's another thing we can do. Let's have a look at that. Traps to slow the player or stun the player. So anyway, we've got this little hallway here, but there's a big blockage in the road, so they need to take a detour, right? That detour is over here, right? This is a canteen of some sort. So, the player, what there'll be like tables and stuff. Have like a big round table just because we can. Maybe a table like that. And then what I reckon we do right? Is we have this sort of like canteen window opening. So like this is where the aliens can get their lunch from. And then there'll be like a door next to it. And you can enter the kitchen. There's an exit sign there, or like a thing there. Alright. That's where you need to get to. Now in here, what we can do is have aliens. So we'll class them as green. So I have an alien here, right? And then he will go on this sort of navigationable path. Alright, we'll have another alien over here. And he'll do the same sort of thing. Go on this little path. Have another alien. He goes back and forth like that. Another alien. He goes like this. And that way, the aliens, if you like come into contact with them, so we'll make these like one tile wide. And then I'll have to double check to see if I can do some custom code and get some custom code where like if the enemy is facing the player, and it can see the player within like 2 or 3 tiles away, but it starts chasing after the player. So there has to be like a mechanic where they start chasing the player. And that's how he introduced the alien mechanic, right? So you can see we're already starting to build this up, right? We got kitchen, all right. And something in the kitchen, right? And we can make it a teeny bit narrower. So we can go like this. Do you use the Visustellar events and movements core often? I don't know. The project I'm currently working on doesn't, I don't believe uses it, so. The project I'm working on at the moment, it's more of a traditional RPG, but I can't say much to that at the moment. Reasons. Alright, so we're in the kitchen, right? This is the area where the aliens order their lunch from. We'll have like a bench here. We'll have like a shelf here. And then what we can do is right in here we can have an item. And this can help the player somehow. But what I'll do, I'll just extend this wall out here. This is bench here. So we need another alien. And what we can do is have like some shelves here. Right? And have some shelves up here, yeah? So what the player can do is they can come in here, go in there, and quickly go around here. So, alien. He's gonna start here, make his way over here. Then he's gonna go over here. So what the player's gonna need to do is, let's just say that there's, yeah, another shelf or something here. The player's gonna need to come in and run straight up there. Or they could just go straight through, right? And we have another donation. We have a donation from IPW6FP. Thank you for the donation. Again, everything that's being donated is going to the Against Malaria Foundation, and I will personally be matching up to $1,000 Australian dollars to the total amount raised on stream. So thank you guys so much for donating, and back to the game jam. It's really good for detection events. You can't just put hitbox right, for example, vision cone. I'll have to have a look into it. I haven't done much with Visu Stella yet, just because, you know, just because. that's my only excuse, just because. So the player can hide over here, right? Now what's to stop the player from going up there? We can have another shelf. Have another shelf of goods here, right? And another shelf of goods there. And then an alien can be patrolling 1, 2, 3, 4, back 1, 2, 3, 4, patrolling this area here. So if the character wants this item down here, yeah, conversion rates, it was a whole number originally. Yeah, no, that's fine. There's no issue about the conversion rate. But thank you so much for donating. They provide, it's $2 buys a mosquito net. So yeah, for every $2 donated, that's another mosquito net that's donated to people who need it. So yeah, the player, if he wants, he can just run straight through here. Or he comes in, this guy's on his way, right? So the player's going to have to come up here and hide. Alright? Then, when this guy's not looking, and this guy's not here, the player can run in down here. And then I'm going to have to time it so that when the player comes up here, this guy's over here, and this guy's on his way back in. So the player will then have to real quickly run into here to avoid being seen by either of them. And after this guy goes in, that's when the player can alley-oop over that way. So that's how we'll do that. So now in this room, yeah, storage shelves and stuff like. I could probably like change this all. I just have to figure out how to change that all up. So I've already introduced the aliens, so this area is going to be a kitchen, but let's just quickly nut out some areas. So that'll be an exit. The surrounding of this room is going to be something like that. Something like that. And then we might have these sort of two little bain-maries, like bain-marie looking areas in here. And it's just another way for the players to escape, like, to dodge the aliens. So I'll have one here, and they'll be going on their own loops. Like that. Like that. And so over these three maps, we successfully introduce the alien mechanic, right? Now we need to figure out a way to introduce the specimen. I've got to be careful about not making too many maps. So let's just get rid of escape or don't. Again, don't forget to drink some water if you guys are not drinking water. This is definitely water. Look, it's a Friday night for me in Australia. It's a Friday night. You can't blame me. I'm just going to drink some water off camera. Alright, so to avoid burnout, let's do a bit of concepting of what the alien would look like. So it's going to have to eventually be turned into a sprite. Why is my pressure not working? There we go. And that. Alright. So, alien. When we typically think of aliens, we usually think of things with like big beady eyes. Or buggy eyes, sort of like that with like this white reflection in it. Right? That's all most people think of when they think of aliens. They also think of like really thin noses. Rodents. So we've got big heads, right? For aliens. Because they're big brain. And then if we go the rodents, what does a rodent's ear look like? Let me do that on the other thing. Ugh. Rodent's ears look yucky. Alright, so if we like big Shrek ears. Or like elf ears, sort of. Let's lower that size real quick. That's like what a rodent ear looks like. So if we did something like that, what if we gave them high brows? And very tiny mouths. Maybe with some tucks. Actually, don't rodents have like big fucking teeth? And then if we sort of like accentuate the fact that the jaw's really thin. Let's just get that sorted. So it's a thin jaw, right? Yeah, the insectoid appeal. Now there's two ways we could go about this. We could aim for them to have really thin necks, like that. Nah, because that doesn't make sense. Give him like an armadillo-like neck. Obviously, the rest of them will be quite humanoid, but with a tail. So, why don't we start trying to sprite that out? So let me grab this. Oh, hold on, I'll copy and paste it. Now these grids are in 48 by 48. So, let's try and get some pixel work done. We've already got the basic outline of pixels here. We have another donation that's just come through. Potpourri Hogun's Story has donated $51 dues. Thank you so much, Potpourri. As I said, this is a charity stream. The donations are going to the Against Malaria Foundation, and I will be matching up to 1,000 Australian dollars of my own money into the donation. So if we reach our donation goal of $1,000, then hey, I'll match it. In fact, why don't I just, while we're at it, let me do something, because as you guys can tell, right? As you guys can tell, I have red hair. Right, I've got no soul. But I've also got some hair dyes. Because why the fuck not? Now, what I'm thinking of, right, is we set a donation goal. Because as fun as it is to help people with malaria, it's going to be much funner to dye my hair. That's a horrible sentence. No. I take back every fucking thing I just said. But it's going to be like a stretch goal, you know? So let me do this, right? Let me add an element. What am I looking at? So if I add something like this, right? Text. And the text is $500 equals hair dye. And I add that in. Just transition that across. And then let's get back to the scene. So yeah, if we hit $500, I'll dye my hair live on stream. That takes up way too much space. Let's just yeah, I'll dye my hair live on stream while I'm game deving as well. As I said, I'll be streaming over the course of the next few over the next few days. Over the next, what do we got? We got 13 days, do we? 13 days to get this done. So that's what I'll be streaming for. Back to, let me just copy and paste that over to my scene. And there we go. We also, half blue, half red, like the new Fire Emblem character. Yeah, Colgate-chan. We also need a name for our rodent alien. We have just received another donation from Clockwork Figure. CCL has donated $7. Thank you for that. Sorry, there's something wrong with that came off the screen. Anyway, thank you so much for the donation. It's going to a great cause. Whether you donated for malaria or for me to dye my hair, that's completely your prerogative. We need a name for our rodent alien guy. Like, what are these aliens going to be called? Because we're going to need it in the audio logs. Now, if we reach the stretch goal, what I'll probably do is I'll do a poll for what colour. I'll do an in-chat poll for what colour. And then, knowing you guys, you'll probably want me to go half pink, half blue anyway. I'll leave that as an option. If that's truly, honestly what the people want, then I will do half blue, half pink. This is only like a very rough sprite. It's not going to be like a final. That's just to sort of see how we'd get there. It's a very ugly looking sprite. I guess it is a rodent, so rodents are ugly sprites. So it's gonna have like a humanoid figure. It'll have legs. You gotta make sure it doesn't pass down that 48 by 48 line, because it's also gonna need feet. We could probably give them like really teeny feet, like these big long pants and teeny feet like that, and then a tail. Now let's make him an ugly brown, because that's what the... Why are you doing that? Oh, contiguous. It was a Photoshop setting. And if we want, we can make them walk around bare feet as well. So that's what these aliens would look like. We'd probably give them some like weird guns too. Some like weird sort of rat-tailed bolt charges that they're patrolling the halls with. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is block out essentially. I'll show you what I'm gonna block out. I'm going to jump over onto Asana. We've got 4 weeks. Oh, no, so 9th is when this needs to be done by, right? So what can we do then, right? So we need to figure out what the levels are. We need to figure out we need to do the characters. All right, so we need to do character sprites, levels, and mechanics, and probably music. So that leaves about a week for each. So I can probably do the music on the last week. So if I do something like this, audio, And for 2 days, right before submission, we'll work on audio. So then that just leaves me with levels, characters, and gameplay. So I think we do some... Oh no, we also need story. Story level, characters, gameplay. Fuck. What we'll do is we'll grey box, right? And while we're grey boxing, we'll come up with the fucking story. Essentially. So here's what we'll do. Next week, what we'll do is we'll grey box levels. As well as start writing the story. Then what we need to do is probably start polishing the levels, and then implement the story and gameplay. Do I know why he's on the ship yet? No idea. I was thinking we could just have him, just be abducted like a beam, like your traditional sort of like beam me up, Scotty, like, I don't know, levitating beam or whatever it is that alien abduction movies have. That's one thing I was considering. But that's what we can get to when we write the story. So, grey box levels, write the story. And then what do we need? So implement the story and gameplay. Before I do that, I need characters. So I need character sprites. So I need sprites. Yeah, the real thing is like, what do I need to do to get this game done? Give me 1 second, guys. I am just going to think for a moment. But while I think, I'll leave you with this. I do apologise if this gets repetitive, but I aim to play it only once every half an hour, and it has been half an hour. But thank you all so much for the support you've been giving this charity stream so far. This is a charity stream for the Against Malaria Foundation. Effective altruism providing mosquito nets across Central Africa, Southeast Asia and South America to combat the spread of malaria that kills 625,000 people and infects 240 million people each year. Malaria is preventable, and the Against Malaria Foundation funds insecticide-treated nets to the affected areas to tangibly reduce the risk of contracting malaria. If you'd like to donate, then click on the link in the description to donate to the charity stream, where I will personally match the total amount raised up to 1,000 Australian dollars by the end of the game jam. If you'd like to donate directly to Against the Malaria Foundation, then there's also going to be a link in the description for that too. Super Chats do not count as donations. Again, Super Chats do not count as donations. Malaria is preventable, and you can make a tangible difference. I've thought of nothing. I've thought of absolutely... I'm sitting there trying to think of what I need to do. But what I do know that I need to do is I need to start grey boxing some levels. So, I've already got DRIFTY. They ask you if you're fine, and you have to tell them you're fine, but really you're not fine. Give me 1 second. What I'm going to do is go over to my project files. I've just got to hide my documents from you guys because you'll see all of my porn. Where are the project files? All right. So I've got my project files over here. I'm just going to create a new folder. and call it layers because I'll be using Gelv's plugin. And I didn't even have my screen on. Let's start a new thing and start greyboxing out some levels. Let's get the vibes going back on. And the vibes are good. So we have, right, we have the research room. So let's start greyboxing out the research room, right? Let's just do a proper grey. I was trying to be specific. Let's just do a proper grey box. Why is that so like that? What happened to the hardness of my brush? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, guys, if you use Gelv's plugin, then donate to Gelv as well as to the Against Malaria Foundation. Alright, so we know there's going to be a bed in the middle of the room, right? So we'll have this, we've got the computers over here. Character's going to be able to stand here. So what I'll probably do is have like this little terminal here. It's probably a bit too tall. This little terminal here. And that'll contain the keyboard. The alien keyboard. And the idea is once this grey box is done, this is something that'll be able to be used in the game without it being polished. Got way too many side tabs open. And then so we need a bed in the middle of the room. That's what the character's gonna wake up on. So I'll make this one tile lower. So it's the alien research room. What else do we have in an alien research room? Oh, that's right. We'll have some like observation glass. I'll have a little desk over here in the corner. probably have another desk over here. And this will have like just medical instruments and stuff on it, like a torturer's kit. It's got a scalpel, it's got a fork, it's got a spoon, it's got a spork. And over here there might be some documents, some paper, that sort of stuff. So let me just do a quick color run of this, see how it looks. Let's make that a teeny bit lighter. Again, this is a grey box. It doesn't have to look too pretty. It just has to do its job. And its job is simply to sit there until the graphics get made. So in terms of the computer screens, I reckon we make them green. Because green's a nice alien color. I reckon that means we can also make the windows green. Or, I wonder what they'd look like brown. Like Coca-Cola tinted windows. Now red is always a threatening color, so one thing we can do is have some like, I don't know, tape saying that it's dangerous to go past this level of height. I don't know. And have like red, black, that sort of thing. And so we could probably do that around the whole room. Do like a... That could just add to the sort of alien feel of it. Even though it's a grey box, we are still trying to get a general feel for the levels. Then I reckon we have a light up here. Sort of like that. And that light can be flashing like a yellow color, just like as a warning. Because like something's gone wrong in the alien spaceship. So this can be like, warning, warning, warning. And so that's how we'll have like that first level here. It's gonna be really hard to do this without like an actual schedule. So grey box levels, start writing story, sprites. I reckon for the last half hour of the stream, we'll start writing the story. So we've got that put together. You either do or don't escape the... And so go beginning, middle, end, right? Or executive summary. So for the executive summary, player is abducted by aliens and wakes up in a research room. In a, research room. So, they wake up in a research room. The player then, let me get my tablet out of the way. Ah, no, I don't want to do header or footer, fuck. No. Cancel. Alright. The player then has to find a key card on an alien's body to unlock the room. Introducing the key card / computer mechanic. So that also means we should probably have somewhere like a dead alien. So if we got rodent boy over here, with a broken leg apparently. And his tail. And he's just got blood covering him. So that's where the player's going to find the key card, right? They make their way into the research room. Fuck, what observation room? They make their way into the observation room. So what did we have for the observation room? We had... it introduced another mechanic. Alright, yeah. They need to unlock the next door, but also discover the audio log mechanic. Players can now find audio logs around the game. Alright, so that's... They move from here into here. Then they have to move into the kitchen. So let's just quickly mock together the research room. Let's just I'll merge all that for now, and we'll move it up. Close to up here, yep. And then we'll quickly put together the observation room. So it's going to have the same sort of thing. It's going to have... Yeah, it's going to have a computer system. Maybe some extra control panels and some dials. We can pretty much just duplicate that over to the other side. Ah! That is not what I fucking meant to do. Essentially duplicate that over here. So they get exposed to it twice, right? They need to unlock this door, but they'll also see an audio log on the computer. And they'll need to unlock this door, but they'll also see an audio log on the computer. Is not the brush I want. It's not the layer I want. These are not the droids you're looking for. The good thing about quickly putting together these grey boxes is I really don't have to do much. I'm going to be able to start eventing over the top of these as soon as I'm ready to start eventing. Quick question though, for all you guys out there watching this lovely stream, how many of you are actually participating in the Driftwood's game jam? Is it like most of you? And if so, what ideas do you have for your story that you're going to be using in the game jam? Because I'm really interested in what everyone else is going to be doing. I know we had Sourceboy in here earlier describing what he's going to do for his game, which sounded pretty cool. You're blind, deaf, you've got no taste, and you have to rediscover your senses and everything. I thought that was a pretty sweet idea. We already know what the basic colors are, so we probably don't have to redo the colors again. Again, it's the good thing about a grey box. Good thing about a grey box is that this is just pretty much game ready. Don't have to do much to it. Based off Johnny's Got His Gun, it's an anti-war film. I haven't actually seen that one yet, so it's definitely on the list of movies I'll need to watch. Just heard about the game jam when my stream popped up. All your time's going on to the main project. Drawing on the side of my stream right now. Yeah, man, I'm happy to be a second monitor streamer. Because it means I'm on a monitor. Doesn't matter what monitor it is, it's a monitor. Right, so that's pretty good there, right? So the character finds the audio logs. Then makes way into dining hall and kitchen, where they are introduced to the alien mechanic, alien patrol mechanic, and have to make their way downtown past the patrols. So, after the patrols, that's what I reckon we can do, right? We can, after the patrols, come all the way over here, right? And the player enters this sort of hallway. There's a door right here. Let's just do this properly. If the player enters the hallway here, right? That's how they make their way in. And there's this sort of corner hallway and a door. Right, that door goes to AI Control Center. There is another door here, which will just go to like a storage closet. And then, when the player comes through here, they'll essentially witness the alien, the specimen, kills aliens. So we'll go back over to our story. After the patrols, player enters hallway and sees the specimen killing the aliens. Player then has to hide in either the AI control room or the storage. After they wait a moment and leave, the specimen is gone. And that's how that will go. Alright, real quickly, just before we finish for the day, we've got our little alien dude here. I'm going to put up a poll in chat. What is the main character? This is really a community game. We're all making this together. Alright, so the question is, what gender is our main character? Is our main character male? Is our main character female? Or is our main character non-binary? And I'll leave this up for a minute. I'll open up my little timer here. So it's just ticked over to 18. So when it ticks over to 7:19, that's when the poll will be over. All right, so at the moment, we've got 100% vote for female. All right, so we're split right down the middle. We got 1 vote each for male, female, and non-binary. What's our time looking at? We've got 30 seconds left in the poll. So if you'd like to choose the gender of the character, of our main character, not this dude. This isn't the dude we're describing. Alright, we have 10 seconds left. This is going to be for our main character. So at the moment, non-binary's winning out. And end poll. Alright, so we're ending out the poll, and the gender for the character is going to be non-binary. Now, I'm going to admit something. I have actually never designed... and it's probably a fault of mine. I've never designed a non-binary character before. So I'm not sure exactly how to do it. If we go with more of an androgynous look, that's probably what I'll go for. We'll go for androgynous, which is not the same as non-binary, I understand. But if anyone wants to correct me in chat, go ahead. Let's just quickly turn off all those layers. Bring my tablet back over here. And see if I can figure out whether I know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, so let's just do the good old circles. Do a quick sketch, put it together. Anyway, I know it's like my Friday, but for a lot of you guys it's a Thursday. But how's your week gone anyway? Did anyone get up to anything interesting? Salpri says hello from France. Hello from Australia, Salpri. I'm horribly drawing a human body right now. My proportions are so bad. Where's a hairline? So we just do something like that. This is horrible. I'm not the best artist in the world, guys. I definitely understand that. Oh, the X is not mute. See, I did a horrible thing. I read that you said you were from France, and I saw that your name had an X, and so I pronounced the X as mute. I apologize. That is, I made an assumption, and that was incorrect. And that's why you shouldn't make assumptions. I think we're going quite well with our character for the moment. So, what I'm trying to do is do a mix of masculine and effeminate features to try and represent non-binary or androgyny, or try and make it look like there's no real sort of identifiable gender. I think I need to make that hairline come out a teeny bit more. And that ear is scuffed. I am a horrible artist, guys. An absolute horrible artist. Now for their clothes. I think a hoodie. if they have their hands in their pocket. Why are their hands in their pocket? Because I can't draw hands. So, what else do we do to their character? We could... Alright, so we'll give them an undershirt. $200 IQ, 300 IQ, you mean? In fact, that's what we'll do. We'll give on their jumper, on their hoodie, we'll make that their logo, right? $200 IQ. And then I'll do a basic color pass. Oh, wow. Okay, whoever that is getting blocked. Hide user on this channel. Remove report. All right. Whatever that was. I mean, I don't know, guys. If you want Tinder hot XYZ best dating, then you know where to go. It's like they think that's actually going to work. Like someone's going to be enjoying a stream and be like, oh, yeah, I would like to go to Tinder's hot best dating. And as if people aren't going to notice that, like myself or mods in other streamers aren't going to notice it and just fucking ban it straight away. Alright, so I've got black. We'll just give them black all the way through. We might come up with another color later. I'll do a skin pass. Yeah, this is just like a very quick sketch. Those are some scuffed eyes. Alright, so what do we think about this for the main character? Is an absolutely scuffed looking character. But we'll call them Jesse. And that, I think, guys, is pretty much where we're at. As I said, I'm going to have to go through the Asana and figure out how long we actually have to be able to get this done. But I think it was a productive... let's have a look at what we did today. We came up with Jesse, our character. Let's just quickly merge their layers together. We've got... delete that one. Delete that one. We've got our rodent, our rodent alien design, as well as like a little concept sprite. This is a cute little rodent alien dude. We've got some grey box levels pretty much already in the works. These are ready to event on top of the second I get them into game. And then we've got a basic outline for how we want it to play. So I think for a first stream, for the first time game dev, it's pretty good. It's going pretty well. Just real quickly, before I leave off, I do need to just let you guys know that this is a charity stream. CL, yeah, you really like the alien? Yeah, bro. Alien's cool as shit. Look at him. He's pretty sweet. But yeah, as I said, guys, this is a charity stream. So without further ado...
This is a charity stream for the Against Malaria Foundation. Effective altruism providing mosquito nets across Central Africa, Southeast Asia and South America to combat the spread of malaria that kills 625,000 people and infects 240 million people each year. Malaria is preventable, and the Against Malaria Foundation funds insecticide-treated nets to the affected areas to tangibly reduce the risk of contracting malaria. If you'd like to donate, then click on the link in the description to donate to the charity stream, where I will personally match the total amount raised up to 1,000 Australian dollars by the end of the game jam. If you'd like to donate directly to Against the Malaria Foundation, then there's also going to be a link in the description for that too. Super chats do not count as donations. Again, super chats do not count as donations. Malaria is preventable, and you can make a tangible difference.
You know what's really funny? Not having a working fucking microphone. That's the second time I've done that tonight. I have to do it because when I play my little video that I prepared, I have to mute the microphone, otherwise you'll hear me throwing stuff around the room and complaining about how my lights don't work. Anyway, as I said, thank you guys so much, and thank you to everyone who has donated to the Against Malaria Foundation. I will be matching the total amount of donations up to $1,000. I do plan to stream, hopefully across all of these days here. So 1, 2, 3, for the next 3.5 weeks roughly, as I try and get this game finished. And as I said, what have we got so far? So we have... we've got our levels, like this basic overview. We're going to have to finish that, get it from beginning to end. We've got a few grey boxes done as well, so I'll need to finish that as well. But that is going to be for another stream. I'll be hoping to be streaming across the next 3.5 weeks. But thank you to everyone who tuned in for today's stream. I hope you all have a lovely weekend if it is your weekend, or a lovely Friday if you've got one more day left. And I'll see you guys same time tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Australia. Not tomorrow. Monday. On Monday, 5:30 p.m. Australian time. I'm not sure what that means in American time. But catch.